Elsa Zwiep was born and raised in Holland, Michigan. In 1936, at the age of 4, Elsa began attending kindergarten at Holland Christian Central. This was the beginning of Elsa's love for learning and for education. Attending a Christian school helped Elsa strengthen her faith and prepared her for the years ahead. Elsa's love of learning continued to grow. During her senior year of high school, Elsa volunteered at a nearby school, giving her newfound confidence in her teaching abilities. Elsa attended Calvin College, where she double majored in elementary education and sociology. During her senior year at Calvin, Elsa was asked to teach kindergarten at Holland Public Schools. She was kept quite busy, managing a total of 73 students. She married Edgar Prince in 1954 during her teaching spring break and graduated from Calvin later that year as Elsa Zwiep Prince. The young couple lived in Denver for a year before Ed was reassigned to the Air Force Base in South Carolina. While there, Elsa taught first grade at one of the area's most impoverished schools. The connection she formed with her students made her even more aware of the difference that she could make in her community. She and Ed moved back to Holland a year later, and she once again began teaching at Holland Public Schools. Ed, meanwhile, started working for a local die-casting company and decided to start his own business in 1965. Elsa is a strong believer in the capability of women. She graduated from Calvin College in 1954, a time when it was uncommon for women to pursue higher education. Her teaching work early in her marriage was a major financial support. However, when she and Ed started a family, Elsa decided to remain home with their children. Even though the family could have used the extra income in the early days of Ed's company, Elsa felt that her presence in the home was important for their family. Though it meant she had to take a break from teaching, Elsa doesn't regret her decision. She believes that women can have it all, but perhaps not all at once. Even so, it didn't take long for Elsa to begin exploring her role outside of teaching and outside of the home. She began actively looking within her community for needs to fill. This included supporting an Indonesian student at Calvin College and taking senior citizens out for boating trips on Lake Makatawa. During the economic downturn of the late 1970s and early 1980s, Elsa grew concerned about the core of downtown Holland. She expressed her concern to Ed about how the boarded-up shop fronts would look to tulip-time tourists. He responded, "What are you going to do about it?" This sparked a desire to preserve Holland's historic community and to invest in the city. Inspired by the boating trips on Lake Makatawa, Elsa, alongside her daughter Emily, began laying the groundwork for what would become the Evergreen Commons Senior Center. They renovated the former Holland Christian School and opened up the center in 1985. In 1986, Elsa and Ed purchased and renovated what is now the Talbot's Building on West 8th Street. They decided to make Elsa's passion into a long-term project. They founded Laureate, a corporation that renovates and maintains historic buildings in downtown Holland. In 1989, Elsa and Ed saved the historic clock tower from demolition. Guided by Elsa's vision, Laureate has preserved many of the buildings along 8th Street, Central Avenue, and River Avenue, including the Alpenrose Restaurant, Sandcastle for Kids, Thomas Davis Jewelers, Chico's, Threads, Canterbury Cottage, Pathfinder's Travel, and the Tin Ceiling. Elsa continued her work with Laureate after Ed's death in 1995, and her decades of work has been a significant factor in Holland's thriving downtown district. Elsa and Ed have 4 children: Elizabeth Betsy DeVos, the current U.S. Secretary of Education, Eileen Scoob Ellens, Emily Weirda, and Eric Prince. In 2000, Elsa married Reverend Ren Broekhuizen, who was a widower. They now have a combined 37 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. Elsa is a woman of strong faith, which drives all of her actions. From her early days of teaching to her community involvement, Elsa can see God's direction in her life. Elsa is as passionate as ever about serving the community. At 86, she still serves as a chairwoman at Laureate and just recently stepped down from her positions on the boards of Calvin College, Focus on the Family, Family Research Council, and the Holland-Zeeland Community Foundation. Congratulations to Elsa Prince Broekhuizen, the 2019 Edward J. Frey Distinguished Achievement Award recipient.